War. War never changes. However, this particular war was no ordinary one. It all started on the fateful day of August 24th, 2022, when CoryxKenshin, one of the most prominent gaming content creators of color, waged war against the video-sharing behemoth YouTube by uploading a rather serious and controversial video to his channel. This video would shock the entire platform as Cory levied some significant allegations against YouTube. As a result, the whole YouTube community banded together to support Cory, both creators and viewers alike. The end goal was to ensure that Cory or any other creator wouldn't face the injustices he had to deal with, as quite frankly, there was some major bullshit afoot. However, with all this in mind, let's start by covering the video that created this massive ripple effect in the first place. The video I've been alluding to was titled YouTube, Racism and Favoritism, and as aforementioned, this video was uploaded on the 24th of August. In it, Cory explains that his playthrough of the mortuary assistant was unfairly age-restricted for allegedly violating YouTube's suicide and self-harm policy. Besides the fact that this age restriction was completely unwarranted and seemingly came out of left field, Cory showed some pretty damning evidence in this video to demonstrate YouTube's biases for specific creators, which we'll get into momentarily. However, Cory noticed that his playthrough was the only one with an age restriction, and thus he decided to appeal it, stating that his video was unfairly targeted. Unfortunately, this appeal was to no avail, as a few days after Cory submitted it, YouTube denied it without specifying why they did so. But Cory wasn't going to take the loss. He was determined to have the age restriction removed, and now proceeded to send the clip of Markiplier's playthrough of the same game to his YouTube representative, which was the same clip for which his video was age restricted. It's important to note that Markiplier's video was free and clear of restrictions, despite playing the same game and using the same gameplay as Cory did in his video. In response, YouTube removed the age restriction from Cory's video as a way to damage control. Although that's not where this story ends. A couple of days later, Cory's video was age restricted again, but this time Mark's video also received an age restriction. Again, this seemed to be more damage control on YouTube's behalf, showing an apparent lack of adequate and equal enforcement of their policies. With all this said, this incident, coupled with other incidents in the past, has led Cory to believe that he's unfairly targeted by the enigmatic YouTube policy team because of his skin color. For the unaware, this team is responsible for enforcing the policies on the site. However, they have a terrible reputation as they're notoriously known for improperly applying YouTube's guidelines, resulting in situations like this. To add insult to injury, content creators have no possible means of getting in touch with this team, and even their YouTube representatives can't get in touch with them, so they're essentially entirely disconnected from the creators and the rest of the YouTube staff. Of course, this is a massive issue, leading to speculation on the creators' behalf, as is the case here. Cory doesn't definitively know if the YouTube policy team is racist, but he's certainly got a good hunch. Although, Cory makes it abundantly clear that he'll retract all statements made in this video and apologize to YouTube if he's proven wrong. It's also worth noting that Cory expresses his dislike of YouTube Black, a program that's meant to support black content creators. He states that he believes that this program is patronizing, condescending, and flat out fake, making it clear that black YouTubers should be treated like every other content creator on the platform and not marginalized. As you can see, Cory made a solid case against YouTube in this video, and to no one's surprise, the entire YouTube community rallied to support him, which is what we will now discuss. As you can imagine, the response to this video was overwhelmingly positive, and everyone was quick to take Cory's side in this battle. Creators of all shapes and sizes left supportive comments on this video, applauding Cory for sharing his experience and condemning YouTube for such inappropriate behavior. However, it didn't stop there, as this video created a domino effect like never seen before. Tons of creators made videos talking about the situation, some of which include Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Moist Critical, Ludwig, and some ordinary ordinary gamers. From the aforementioned, let's focus on the first two, Mark and Jack, starting with Mark. Mark took a rather interesting approach to address this situation in the sense that he didn't make a video where he directly shared his thoughts about it, but instead made a video titled Try Not to Get Age Restricted Challenge. In it, Mark plays a very naughty and explicit game called Orc Massage, where you play as an innocent and celibate orc that gives massages to anime babes that are either in scantily clad clothing or bare naked. Throughout this video, Mark repeatedly mentions how family friendly this game is in an ironic manner, when in reality, this game is about as adult oriented as it gets. If you were to take a shot for every blur in this video, you'd probably drop dead a few minutes into it, since the blurs seem to be never ending. It's also worth pointing out that Mark wrote the following in the video's description. This is a perfectly family friendly video about a fun game where I'm an orc who gives massages. There is no reason that this video should be age restricted whatsoever. But of course, this was just Mark taking a jab at YouTube's poor enforcement of its policies, and he realizes that this video should absolutely be age restricted. However, Mark cleverly picked this game out for this video to prove the point that YouTube does indeed show favoritism towards specific creators. As I'm writing this, it's been 13 days since this video was uploaded, and it's still completely unrestricted with a high unlikelihood of this ever changing. This means that Mark's video has successfully proven that YouTube does in fact favor some creators over others, one of which happens to be him. But let's shift gears and cover Jack's approach now. Contrary to Mark, Jack made multiple videos and actually formally addressed the situation in 2 of the 3 videos he made. The first of which was titled YouTube Has Some Serious Issues, and it was uploaded 2 days after Cory's video on August 26. Here, Jack gives his audience an overview of the situation and further corroborates Cory's initial point. He states that his girlfriend, Gab Smolders, tends to get her videos flagged faster and more often than he does, even though they make the same kind of content. Of course, this is a huge red flag and indicates YouTube's biases towards specific creators. Aside from this, Jack discusses how broken YouTube's flagging system is, and how improperly the guidelines are enforced. All in all, this first video Jack made was incredibly important as it highlighted just how shitty the state of the platform is right now, and I highly recommend you watch it if you haven't already done so. Cory also thanked Jack for making this video in the comments by writing, "Legendary, thanks for speaking on this man, truly." However, as for his second video, Jack decided to try his hand at the Try Not to Get Age Restricted challenge a day after Mark's video on the 28th. Although, instead of playing a naughty game as Mark did, Jack decided to use an eye tracker for the video while looking at many unholy things, all of which were obviously censored. Again, if you were to take a drink per blur in this video, I think you'd honestly die much faster watching this video than Mark's, because this one feels much more explicit right out the gate. Yet despite this, Jack's video is also unrestricted, and just like Mark, Jack pokes fun at YouTube in his video's description by saying, "YouTube don't have favorites, not even close to it. Watch this video of me totally being monetizable and suitable for advertisers. All I had to do was completely censor every single pixel." It's important to mention that Jack states the following in his pinned comment regarding the ad eligibility of this video. For some context, I recorded this about 2 weeks ago and couldn't upload it due to YouTube giving it limited ads again and again. After 4 re-edits, it still happened, so I decided to appeal it just to see, and then it got greenlit for uploading. So the system flagged it, and then a human reviewer said it was actually fine. I don't get how any of this works anymore. This is genuinely wacky, and it just goes to show how insanely inconsistent YouTube's system can be. The current state of the system instills fear and uncertainty in creators, especially smaller ones like myself, who have no direct line of contact with YouTube, which Jack mentioned in his first video. If we get flagged by the system, we just have to hope that the bots don't deny our appeals, because otherwise we're screwed, and that's not how it should be. However, Jack's final video of this epic trilogy was titled "The YouTube Issues Get Worse" and was uploaded on August 31st. In this video, Jack reinforces the points he made in his initial video and shares details of certain events that have unfolded since he released the other 2 videos. But this video is definitely the least important of the 3 he made, and there's not really anything all that noteworthy about it. Nonetheless, what's most important about this whole ordeal, and what you're likely wondering, is, has YouTube responded to all of this? You'd know that the answer is no if you're even remotely familiar with how YouTube responds to controversy. Unfortunately, YouTube hasn't said a single damn thing about this publicly, and I don't think they plan on responding anytime soon. As sad as it is, I genuinely believe that YouTube has no intention of of solving any of the current problems on the site, despite the creators' desperate cries for change. Think about it, every time we rally against them, one of two things happens. YouTube says they're listening and that they'll act on our feedback, but then proceed to do nothing, or they flat out ignore us, as is the case here. The only thing that YouTube has done here is flag Cory's call-out video for ad suitability, as he stated the following in his pinned comment. This video was immediately flagged for ad suitability. I wonder why. Surely it isn't because it's YouTube being shown in a poor light. Surely not. Either way, it's bullshit. But YouTube has zero incentive to act upon any changes we propose because they have monopolized the video sharing space. They don't have a single notable competitor. As long as they hang on to this immense position of power, it's hard to see any change happening, but I suppose all we can do is keep voicing our opinions and continue to push for a better platform. This is the exact reason why we need creators like Cory, Jack, and Mark to step up to the plate and call YouTube out on their shitty practices. If creators like them aren't safe, then no one is safe, and prominent figures like them need to lead the charge against YouTube for the possibility of a better site. However, only time will tell if YouTube decides to take steps in the right direction, and I'm cautiously optimistic about what they'll do with the site in the future, since it's not looking great so far. But with all that said and done, allow me to share some final words before concluding this video. In conclusion, Cory deserves all the praise in the world for having made his video. His bravery in stepping up to YouTube is commendable and shouldn't go unrecognized. With his video, he successfully set off a chain of events like no other, as content creators of all sizes would follow his lead and take his side in this seemingly never-ending war against YouTube. While many prominent creators played a part in this battle, I think it's irrefutable that Mark and Jack's videos were the most damning in supporting Cory's suspicion that YouTube does show favoritism towards some creators over others. However, the saddest part about this situation is that YouTube has been completely radio silent. It's just been nothing but crickets at their headquarters, and that doesn't seem like it's ever going to change, sadly. Their silence is extremely deafening. However, controversies like this come and go, and the platform remains entirely unchanged, forever stuck in limbo with no real improvement. As creators, we can only hope that YouTube listens to us for once, so efforts like those made by Cory aren't in vain. But unfortunately, I believe that YouTube will stay in its current state, and that Cory's pleas for a fairer system will fall on deaf ears as usual. Nevertheless, I'm glad Cory stood up regardless, because YouTube needs to be called out, even if they don't listen for the sake of other creators and viewers alike. But with all that said, that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please drop it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you next one.